And it's Friday night in Jonesboro, so you know what that means. It's time for high school football here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications. It's a rainy one here for the Westside Warriors as they take on the Truman Wildcats. Hello, everybody. I'm Tristan Harlan here with my broadcast partner for this evening, Cooper Melder, and we're excited to be your host for this exciting football contest in the greatest land there is, and that's Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Yeah, Tristan, I'm glad to finally be back on the call here at Westside. They have a big game tonight against Truman. You know, Truman comes into the game 1-2, and really looking at it, the Wildcats, they're the favorites for this game, but this is going to be our first chance to see the new offense that Westside has been going with. You know, it was the Maryland Eye last year, the past 2 years, but now they're changing it up. They're going more modern. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to do and see. They may revert back to the old ways with it pouring down rain from the hurricane.
Right. Well, Cooper, before we get too much into this game, we're going to send it to a short break before kickoff right here on ASU TV.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. Ritter Communications cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Welcome back here to Warrior Stadium in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The rain is coming into the press box, and man, it's going to be a slugfest here tonight. Westside will kick the ball off to start this contest. And Cooper, what an exciting time it is to see some high school football right here on ASU TV and Ritter Communications.
Oh, it is very exciting, Tristan. You know, with the weather being how it is tonight, if I'm Westside, I would honestly go with an onside kick, a squib kick. Don't try to kick into the rain with the rain. Kick it deep. Try to see if you can get an early turnover. If Westside, if they're going to want to win a game, they're going to need a forced turnover, especially against Truman. Truman, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're more athletic. So for Westside, they're going to need to get down, play their style of football, and force those early turnovers to stay in the game to get up on Truman.
Right, well, to set the picture just for a second, both of these schools come into this contest at 1 win, 2 losses apiece. Westside, they started their season with a 42-0 loss to Brooklyn. They went on to lose by a point to Hoxie. Then they beat Rivercrest. Then on the other side, Truman, they look very, very talented here tonight. I mean, there's not much more you could say about this program. I mean, they're 1-2 as well. Their first 2 games, they lost, one to Nettleton, then the other to Walnut Ridge by just 1 point. They're coming off a 36-14 win against Harrisburg, and I'm sure Truman wants to play spoiler to Westside's homecoming here tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it, but Tristan, it's about time for kickoff.
And here we go, and just a little kick there to start this game, and the return man's just going to fall on it. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Truman, led out by number 4, their quarterback, Caden Dunvan Jr., and the star tailback, Tony Postal Jr. He plays both sides of the ball, but in talking to some people before this matchup, Cooper, it was, hey, they're going to try to get the ball to Tony early and see how many times he could find the end zone early.
Yeah, you got to go with your star player, and you're going to want to keep it on the ground. It's going to be a tough game to try to get the passing game going, so expect run heavy to start.
The first play of the game, they're going to hand it off here up the middle. Room to run, and he'll be dropped down, but he'll get a fresh new set of downs. That's number 6, Braden Whiteset. And, you know, speaking of this Westside Warrior defense, they have allowed 75 points ahead of this game, so, hey, who's to say this defense isn't trying to, you know, rub the mistake away with the eraser? But Westside, they won their first game since week 7 of last season at Rivercrest, and their second since 2022. So it's going to be exciting to see what Coach Engel can do in his homecoming with this team to get a win here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 41. They're going to hand it off once again. Sheds one tackle, sheds another, and he's going 2 flags fly in, and he's going to be brought down as we await the referee's signal.
Yeah, you know, Westside could not bring him down. I mean, he hit the hole and just kept making defenders miss. And, you know, I didn't see what the penalty is, so we're just going to have to wait. But they were flying out everywhere with the flags.
Block in the back, called against
Block in the back will be called against the Wildcats, so they'll move back. So still first down here for Truman.
You know, you can't have these early penalties. You can't have these early penalties if you're Truman, especially when you are driving the ball downfield like that. You know, a 15-yard penalty can be a momentum killer, but it still is first down.
Still in Westside territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 44-yard line. They have two backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and he'll be wrapped up. Won't have much of anything. Probably a gain of 5 there.
Tackle was made by number 23, Weston Wadlington.
That was a good stop by the Westside's defense. You know, that was kind of like the first play all game for them, that they had something going. They stuffed the hole up, gave them a short gain, and it's still 2nd and long.
It'll be 2nd and 9 here. 11-10 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Watlington was the man that made the stop. They're going to snap the ball, hand it off once again. Run it, ground and pound has been the momentum of the offense.
Just another good run. He almost, and they're giving him the first down. So after the penalty, it doesn't take long. Truman, they know what they're going to do tonight. They're just going to run the ball. They haven't even attempted to try to throw it.
Be first down here for the Wildcats. Has one receiver out left. He's going to hand it off again up the gut, and he'll be kind of tripped up by his own blocker, bring up a 2nd down.
You know, Brandon Whiteset's getting a bunch of carries to start this game, and I don't blame him. Just keep on running the football. And, you know, what I like to see, you're keeping it on the ground, but they're not having trouble holding on to the football with the rain. So right now, everything's working well for Truman. And if you're the head coach for Truman, you're liking what you're seeing.
2nd and 5 here. The quarterback's going to be under center. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to his tailback. He's going to try to break away, but he'll be ganged up by 3 Westside Warrior defenders. I think that's going to bring up the first 3rd down for the Truman Wildcats of tonight's game.
And it's going to be 3rd and inches. And, you know, Tristan, I think they're going to run it again. I mean, why not?
Hey, with the rain and with how the field's conditions are right now, can't say I would blame them. We go 3rd and 2 from the 23-yard line of Westside. He's just going to take the snap, and everybody's kind of confused there. He's going to keep it himself, and they're going to stop the play.
I was honestly kind of waiting for the false start call.
That's what I was waiting for too.
False start on the set. I don't know, but besides that, Westside has a chance to get off the field due to Truman's mistake.
4th and 3 from the 24-yard line. Donovan Jr. was the ball carrier on the last play. Call for the snap. He's going to hand it off here up the middle. Westside going to wait the referee signal, but I think they may have gotten the stop there.
It's going to be close. You know, it looked like he had it at first, and then he got met with a bunch of Westside Warriors, and they stuffed him right near there, but he got enough. First down, Truman.
Yeah, it did take him a second there, and I was kind of waiting for him to bring the chains out there just to measure to make sure, but it'll be a fresh new set of downs here from Truman as it's 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. 8 minutes, 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play, and Truman is driving down the field. Take the snap here. They're going to hand it off once again. Breaks through, has 2 men to beat, and he'll be wrapped up and tackled there.
That's going to be, I think he got enough for a first down there. Nope, he's going to be a yard short, but Truman, the keys are in the ignition because they are on a drive right now.
2nd and 2 here. They're just going to keep handing the ball off, running that ball. And he'll be stopped short of the end zone. That'll be enough for a 1st and goal.
And, you know, the way Truman's playing right now, it kind of reminds me of how Westside used to run their offense, just run the ball.
Well, they're going to get on the ball here just to get something going here. 1st and goal, 7:39 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Hand it off once again, and he's not going to get in.
He's going to be about 2 yards short.
Second and goal's coming up for Truman, and you got to think if you're Coach Engel on the sideline, you're saying, hey, guys, this offense looks very similar to what we've been running all offseason and all of last season, so they should know how to stop it. On the 4, they're going to hand it off, and that time they're going to get in. Touchdown for Truman. They score first with 7:07 left to go in the first quarter of play. They're up 6-0.
You know, Truman on that drive, they took down that clock. They wasted about almost 5 total minutes just, you know, it was a short kickoff. It wasn't like they had to drive about 80 yards, 70 yards. It was, they got the ball to start on the 45, and they just slowly went downfield and wasted a bunch of time.
They're going to go for 2 here. Hand off once again. He's going to be met, and he's not going to get it. So the 2-point conversion fails. And the score is 6-0 with 7:07 left to go in the first quarter of play. We're going to take a step away. You're watching Westside Warrior football against Truman on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications.
Around here, we like a slower pace, but we don't suffer with slow internet. Ritter Communications provides high-speed, reliable internet and Wi-Fi backed by local customer service. From email checkers to video streamers to hardcore gamers, we've got speed options to please all kinds of folks. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. We can't wait to help. Ritter Communications, the right internet connection, right by you.
And welcome back to Warrior Stadium, home of the Westside Warriors here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications as the Jonesboro Westside Warriors take on the Truman Wildcats. So far, they're down 6-0 with 7:07 left to go here in the first quarter of play, but Truman is kicking off to Bobby Engel's offense, and we'll be excited to see what happens here. Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder, excited to be your guides here tonight in this exciting football contest.
And Truman doing the same thing Westside did, just a little squib kick. No one's going to be attempting to, you know, try to kick it deep, anything like that. But now we get to see, for us, the first time, the new Westside Warriors offense and really see if they're going to go back to their old ways with the rain tonight.
Well, the rain is coming down. It seems like it's coming down more than what it was coming down pregame. But, you know, that game against Rivercrest that Westside won, Gavin Dotson ran in, passed for a touchdown, and a flag's going to come out.
I think they're going to get Truman with the offside.
So, yeah, offsides will get called against Truman, and they're going to move up some yards. But going back to that Rivercrest game for Jonesboro Westside, that was their first game they've won since Week 7 of last season and the second since 2022. Senior quarterback Gavin Dotson ran in, threw for a touchdown, and Caton Pervious scored 3 times, 2 rushing and a receiving. He's just going to be, I think, enough for a first down here for Jonesboro.
And it is going to be a first down. You know, they had with this offense, they have a bunch of motion in the backfield. They have a bunch of motion in the backfield to confuse this defense.
A snap here around the corner, tries to break away from tackle, and he'll be stopped there.
Looks like he's injured.
He got hit pretty hard here, so we're going to take a step away due to the injury, and we'll be right back.
Students should watch ASU TV just to see the creativity that a college student can get. The creativity that some of these students have is truly amazing. Getting that experience can really just take you further, and I feel like our program does that for a lot of students.
And welcome back to Warrior Stadium here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And the injured player was able to walk off in his own power, so that's always good to see. We resume action at 2nd and 6 from the 48-yard line with 6:30 left to go in the first quarter of play. Snap here, he's going to keep it himself, runs through the middle, and he's going to still be going, and he'll be stopped short here. 3rd down coming up for the Warriors.
And actually, he got enough for the first down. And right now, Gavin Dodson's just doing everything at the quarterback position.
Well, after the first down, 6 minutes left to go here in the first quarter of play. From the 41-yard line, Westside down 6 here in their homecoming. Oh, and he's going to fumble the football. And he's going to be able to jump back on it. Second now, just a busted play there for the Warriors.
And that could have been bad, but River Ingle was able to bounce onto the fumble football to keep possession of it. That could have been big-time trouble for the Westside Warriors if they did lose that.
Without a doubt, partner. And after the play, it'll be 2nd and 14 from the 46-yard line of Truman. Westside playing in the rain. Going to hand it off once again. He's up the middle. He's going to be stopped there. That's number 11, River Ingle, on the run. Third down's coming up for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, River Ingle there on that carry. He got enough to bring it back to where they were at first, 3rd and 11. And, you know, with the position they're in, you're kind of thinking, all right, we're in 4-down territory, so you might see a little trickery on this play.
With 3rd down here, he's going to call for the snap, drops back, looks to throw, throws a deep ball. That's not going to be caught. Almost was an interception there, but just fell harmlessly to the turf, or the grass, I should say, not the turf. But it's 4th down here for the Westside Warriors.
And Westside got away with one. Westside got away with one there. Yeah. I mean, he just lobbed it to that defender. I mean, you have to come away with that pick if you're Truman, and if you're Westside, you got to be counting, you know, your tickets there, because that should have been a for sure interception.
Right, and, you know, we kind of got taken aback there because we're not used to seeing Westside throw the football.
I know.
So here we go, 4th and 10 from the Truman 42. He's going to drop back again. Dodson looks, throws it over the middle, has an open man, but it's going to be dropped. Almost intercepted there once again. Turnover on downs. Truman will take back over. Cooper, I want to ask you that previous drive for Jonesboro. Do you consider that an early failure?
I mean, yes, you had actually some momentum running the football. I mean, even when it was 3rd and 11, you're thinking, okay, it's 4-down territory. Might as well run the football again to get some more yards so you're not having to air it out deep on 4th down. I mean, when they're running the football, they didn't look bad. I mean, it wasn't like they couldn't run against this team. They were having success running the football. So to see them throw it 2 times in a row is an early failure for them.
After the turnover on downs, Truman will take over on their own 42-yard line. We hand off here, and helmet flew off of one of the Truman players. It's number 4, Caden Durnovan Jr., the quarterback. So he's going to have to come off for a play.
Yep. Rare sight to see in high school football is the helmet coming off. But since his helmet did come off, like you said, Tristan, he has to come out for a play. But I don't think that's going to affect really anything for Truman for one play, as I'm going to expect another run here.
Drake Harlow, the sophomore, coming in to play quarterback for this play.
And off to number 6 up the middle, brought down by the defensive line.
And almost a turnover for Truman there. Brandon Whitesett had trouble holding on to that ball. Westside could have got the ball back in good field position.
3rd and 7 here from the 45-yard line. Truman under center again, sends a man in motion. Just going to pitch it to him around the outside. He's still on his feet. Has room to run, and he'll have enough for a 1st down. That's number 8, Tony Postal Jr., the star two-way player that we talked about in the open. And finally, he's seeing some of the action.
Yeah, I bet he's used to getting more action earlier in the game, but with the rain, Truman, they're just keeping it on the ground. So good way to really implement your star player with the reverse to get him the ball.
Under 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter of play. Truman back in Jonesboro Westside territory, the 40, and the quarterback's going to keep it himself around the outside. He breaks away from one, tries to break away from another, but he'll be stopped before he just got a lot of yardage there. Cole Keedy was the Westside defender that made the stop, and Cole Keedy, a name that we remember pretty well from last season. He was one of the Jonesboro Westside star players.
Yes, he was. You know, he's still out there. Something I like about him, he knows how to tackle guys that are much bigger than him. He gets low and take out their own leg.
2 minutes, 18 seconds left here. Postal with the ball, and he hurdles a defender. He's still running. He breaks away from another, but a flag's on the field, and he reaches out for the end zone. This referee's going to signal a touchdown, but there's a flag back at about the 30-yard line.
And I know in high school football, you are not allowed to hurdle. That's one thing. You are not allowed to hurdle. It's due to safety and player safety. So he will get called with, I guess illegal jumping might be one, but you cannot hurdle like that.
Interesting tidbit there, partner, and I guess the touchdown is going to be waved off due to the hurdle, and we're waiting the referee signal here.
Now, there's one thing, you know, you're diving for extra yardage or diving into the end zone, but you cannot physically go up and over someone. Wow, that was really impressive.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a really athletic
impressive.
play.
It was a really athletic play by him. That's not allowed in high school football.
So after the penalty, they're going to bump the Wildcats back. And now they're back into their own territory. Well, they're not necessarily back in their own territory. They're far from where they started this drive after the penalty, and they scored the touchdown. So it's going to be second, about a mile. I'd say about a country mile.
About a country mile. And Truman fans, they're not happy with the call. Probably the first time they ever even heard of the call.
2 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. Dunham's going to have it. He's going to hit in the leg, and he's going to go down. Third down coming up for the Wildcats.
Just a great play there from River Engel. I mean, textbook tackle. If he misses that tackle, Truman's gone for a touchdown. It was a great open field tackle. Love to see it from Westside.
Just about to hit the 90-second mark remaining here in the first quarter of play. Truman up 6-0. They have a 3rd and 13 from the 43-yard line. They're going to run the pitch once again around the left side. He's going to have room to run, still going, and he gets brought down. Going to wait the referee signal to exactly get the spot, and they're going to say you got enough for another Truman first down. What a run there.
And you have to have a stop there if you're Westside. You have them at 3rd and long, a chance to get them off the field and punt the ball. But instead, you let a big time run play happen.
Under a minute left to go here in the first quarter play. Truman driving on the Warriors, trying to go up greater than their 6-0 lead they have right now. Snap, quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's going to be wrapped up by a host of Warrior defenders before he's brought down just past the 25-yard line.
You know, Truman's been running that little quarterback fakes it to the running back and keeps it himself. They've run it a couple times now, and every time they've done it, it really hasn't gotten the big results they really wanted. I get he got 5 yards there, but that play has not really worked just yet.
20 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. Ball on the 23-yard line. 2nd and 5 is the down and distance. Likely going to be the last play of the first quarter. Truman just going to hand it off again. And Westside able to get in the backfield and stop it there. And the clock's going to run out for the first quarter of play. So as the first quarter concludes, the Westside Warriors find themselves in a 6-0 deficit in their homecoming. We're going to take a step away. You're watching Westside versus Truman here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, doing right by you is being right where you need us to be. Our technicians are on call, on the road, and on the go, ready and equipped to put our service pledge into action. Storm damage, power lines, or in-home service interruptions. Getting right on it is a big part of being right by you. We go straight to the source to be the source of your internet solutions. Right by you is reliability like no other, only from Ritter Communications.
Here to deliver the latest news on A-State sports, ranging from football, basketball, baseball, and more.
I'm your host, Tristan Harlan, alongside your other host, Cooper Melder.
Red Wolf Roundtable is your local sports source.
Tune in to Red Wolf Roundtable to get your fix on sports talk and news.
And welcome back to Warriors Stadium as we get ready to start the second quarter in this homecoming contest between the Westside Warriors and the Truman Wildcats. Hello, everybody. If you missed the first quarter, Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder. Excited to be your tour guides for this exciting homecoming contest. We come back at a 3rd and 3 from the 20. Truman going to hand it off in the inside, and that's going to be a strong run there by Tony Postal Jr.
Just simple football from Truman. I mean, if you missed the first half, this play you just saw is exactly what happened all first quarter. I mean, Truman has dominated the time of possession all game.
Run was good enough for a first down, so 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Truman probably going to try to punch it in this play or the next play right here. Nothing's going to get the snap. They're going to hand it off to Postal once again, but Postal's going to get stopped in the backfield. Great stop there by the Westside defense.
And Westside, they really need to figure out a way to get their defense off the field. I mean, they're exhausted, especially the way Truman's going right now. Just keeping it on the ground, running the football up the middle. It's tiring out this Westside defense who hasn't had a break all game.
2nd and 9 here, deep in Jonesboro Westside territory. Donovan's going to pitch it off to Postal. Postal's going to break away from one, break away from another, and there's 2 flags in the backfield. So likely in the area of holding. We're going to wait the signal from the referee here.
Referee did signal it's going to be against Truman, and I do believe it was a holding call.
60% of the time, you're right every time.
60% of the time, I'll take it.
After the penalty, they're going to move Truman back just a little bit, and it's still going to be 2nd down. 10:45 left to go in the first half of play. Again, Truman leading 6-0.
And that's the second time a big play where Truman almost scored on has been called back with a penalty.
Ball's going to get snapped. They're just going to pitch it to the backfield of Postal. Postal's going to break away from one, break away from another. He's going to get wrapped up and dropped before he really got into the next level of defenders that he has done so far tonight. 3rd down coming up for the Truman Wildcats.
And this is a big 3rd down for Westside. You're down 6-0 early. You can't afford to go down 2 scores. So if you can hold them short here, then hold them on 4th down, this would be a big-time stop for their defense.
3rd and 14 from the Westside 17. 10 minutes left to go in the first half of play. Jonesboro Westside down a touchdown. Snap here. He's going to hand it off. Up the middle, breaks away, and he's going to get wrapped up and dropped.
And he got good yardage there, making it a manageable 4th down if they do decide to go for it.
Westside kind of having that bend, don't break mentality. After the penalty, having another 4th down. Last time, Truman was able to convert on the 4th down, which ended up leading to the touchdown later on in the drive. Here we go. 4th and 7 from the 14-yard line. Quarterback's going to look to the sideline to change the play at the line. Got 5 seconds left on the play clock. Call for the snap. He's going to hand it off. Another pitch play. He's just going to be met at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be close. Not too sure if he got it.
Truman looks like they're sending their defense out. So Westside able to get the stop there. Now we possibly will see a shift of momentum. I mean, Westside, they've been good about getting those stops on 4th and short, 4th and long, and able to make something out of the next drive.
And if you're Westside, you're going to need to have really good ball security because you're right on, your back's against the wall. Their end zone's right behind them. Any fumble will definitely lead to points.
1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. Westside with their backs literally against the wall. And a flag's going to get called.
From the reaction of 53 on Truman, I do believe that's against Truman.
Called against Truman Wildcats. We have free 5 yards, so we have 1st and 5.
So we 1st and 5 after the penalty. moves the ball up to the 9. 8:57 left to go here in the first half of play. And ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, the rain is coming down harder than it has came down all day.
Oh, it's pouring.
It's a snap. He's not going to have much anyway. The ball came out. Truman saying they have it. And they do. Truman will get the football back in the red zone after Westside turns it over. Cooper, that's what you were just talking about.
They needed good ball security, and they did not have it. You know, you had the first down on the run, couldn't hold on to it after the hit. Truman gets the ball back in good territory, and if you're that Westside defense, you're thinking, man, just had a long drive, gotta stopped them on 4th down, and now you're right back onto the field.
1st and 10 from the 12. The referees are going to blow the play dead, and a timeout's called. And Cooper, I got to ask you, as a defensive background you come from, I mean, your dad was a head coach, your brother's assistant coach, and got to ask you, if you're Coach Engel and the rest of the Westside Warriors, what are you seeing on the defensive side against this Truman team that you got to implement in your guys before it's too late?
I mean, you just got to get through the line. They're running it. You're going to have to be able to wrap up and tackle. You need to keep those fundamental tackles down. Truman's bigger, they're stronger, so you're going to have to get low. You're going to have to wrap up their legs. And, you know, on open field tackles, you're taught, don't look at their head. You watch their chest. They can't go anywhere without their heart. So watch their chest. When they make the cut, square down, wrap those legs up, have good tackling, and, you know, if they're throwing the ball out there when they're doing the juke moves, go out and punch the ball out from them.
Great analysis there, partner. So we go 1st and 10 from the 12. 8:45 left to go in the first half.
Westside almost got that ball back.
I was going to say. But I do want to take a second to remind everybody that you're watching this game not only on ASU-TV, but Ritter Communications as well. Of course, shameless plug here, but if you guys want to watch one of the best shows that covers the Arkansas State Red Wolves, feel free to tune in to Red Wolf Roundtable every Thursdays at 6 p.m. Shameless plug there, I know.
I like it.
2nd and 11 from the 13. Going to pitch it off to Postal. Postal around the left-hand side. He's going to break away, but he'll get stopped. 3rd down coming up, and again, it seems like deja vu. They were just in this situation, and the 4th down happened, and Westside got the ball back.
Yep. But now Truman, unless they turn it over here or have another dumb penalty, I do feel like they're going to get points definitely on this drive.
7:45 left to go here in the first half of play. 3rd and about 4 from the Westside 7. Man of motion, gonna keep it himself, and he's just going to get stopped in the backfield. Kind of looked like a busted play.
Yeah, it was either the busted play or that little quarterback keeper they keep trying to implement, try to get it going, but they really haven't got it going at all this game. So another big 4th down for the Westside Warriors defense. You know, you stopped them last time. Offense didn't help you out, fumbled it. Now another chance to keep them not getting on the board.
4th and 6 from the 9. 7 minutes left to go in the first half of play. Quarterback going to change the play at the line. See something that he doesn't like. A timeout's going to get called.
For the Wildcats.
You know, Truman there, they came in, they didn't have a set play. They were just trying to force Westside to jump off sides, maybe get a couple more yards back. But now they have to waste the timeout as they couldn't get Westside to jump and really draw something up.
Well, it's still the first half, so, I mean, it's not like you lose the timeouts forever. So smart move there, but, I mean, Cooper, again, going back to your background of the coaching family history, in this situation, if you're on the offense, I mean, we talked about the defense, now let's talk about the offense. If you're on the offensive side of the ball, what are you calling here? I mean, let's be real. What are you calling?
4th and 6, it's raining. The run's been working all night. You know, I would just go back, don't do anything too fancy, follow your blockers, run up the middle. And if you don't get it, I mean, you have Westside pinned deep anyways. So it's not a make or break. You're up 6-0. Just keep it simple. Keep it on the ground. And if you're going to pass it, quick little slant.
6:54 left to go in the first half. 4th and 6 from the 9. They're going to pitch it off to the right side. He's going to step up, still on his feet. Wait the referee signal.
Brought down by number 44, Gavin Boylan.
I believe he's just maybe short. So 4th down coming up for Truman.
Well, it was 4th down, they just ran. So it's either a turnover on downs or a first down. They're going to give them the first down.
Thank you, partner. Sometimes with the rain, look, listen, with the rain and it's on the windows,
Okay.
and sometimes you lose your train of thought. It happens to
gotcha.
everybody,
I
okay?
gotcha.
60% of the time, I'm right every time. I don't
gotcha.
remember where I heard that, but I heard it.
All right, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. First down, baby. First and goal.
First and goal here for the Wildcats. Also going to be the man in motion. He's going to get the ball. Westside broke through, but he's still on his feet. Signaling touchdown, and it is touchdown, Truman Wildcats.
And Tony Postal Jr. just getting it in easily. I mean, Truman, they didn't get it last drive, got stopped on 4th down, but this time, like I said, there was no way they weren't going to score.
6:12 left to go in the first half of play. Truman up 12-0. Going for a 2-point here. Didn't get the first one. Postal, the man in motion. Quarterback's going to keep it himself, and he's just going to walk in. The 2-point conversion is good. So it's 6:12 left to go in the first half of play. Truman leads it 14-0. We're going to take a step away. We'll be right back from Warriors Stadium. You're watching Truman versus Westside on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. Ritter Communications cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
And welcome back to Warrior Stadium as Westside's taking on Truman. Here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications, I'm Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder. Excited to be your tour guys for this rainy, competitive football evening. Just a little pooch kick, and Westside's going to fall on it. So Westside's going to come back after turning the ball over last drive where they were deep in their own territory, down two scores. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You're going to have to hold on to the football. I get it's rainy, it's wet, but Westside, you're not the only team playing out in this. Truman's also playing out in it, and they really haven't had any trouble holding on to the football. So you're just going to have to hold on to it with both hands and go take on a tackle.
First down here, they're going to hand it off to Engel. Engel still on his feet around almost the outside, but second down is going to be coming up for the Warriors.
And River Engel really trying to get to the outside edge. Never could get there and only got 1 yard.
Second down coming up for the Warriors.
Westside's offense, they're going to need to get something going quick. I mean, they have not been on the field at all, really, this game.
Quarterback's going to keep it himself, and, man, I tell you, this option is kind of not getting confusing, but it's kind of getting repetitive.
Yeah, and Truman, they're just stopping Westside at the line every play. I mean, their D-line's coming up and just hitting their offensive line in the mouth, pushing them back, getting to the runner.
3rd and 8 from the 47. 5 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. Westside going to hand the ball off again. Truman gets in the backfield, almost gets him, but he's going to break away. But he broke away for a short-lived opportunity. 4th down coming up for the Warriors.
You know, almost made something out of nothing. He got stopped far in the backfield, but able to get about 1 yard out of all that confusion.
Fourth down for the Warriors.
4th and 8 coming up for the Warriors. Offense still on the field. Truman thought they may have were going to punt the ball. And a timeout's going to get called. Westside looking to do something similar that Truman tried to do to them on their last offensive drive.
So do we see Westside, come out, punt it, and try to pin Truman deep and have them really have the whole field to drive down? Or is it 4:19 left in the first half of play, you're down 14-0, you get the ball to start the second half? Do we try to go a little aggressive here and try to get points before halftime, or do we risk Truman going up 21-0?
Well, Cooper, you mentioned that, but I want to bring this up to you too. We were watching Westside during pregame. They were watching the special teams unit, watching the punter, and they weren't able to get a lot of punts really going anywhere. So if that's what they select to do, I personally support it. But remember, we did see the punting team struggle in pregame.
And I think after seeing that, they're going to go for it.
And they actually punted it, and it just gets stuck in the field.
That punt right there, the way the ball just stopped, it kind of reminded me when the Steelers played in that rain game and they had that deep punt and the ball landed, just stuck into the ground.
Right, well, fortunately enough for Truman, it didn't bounce back toward their end zone, but unfortunately enough for Westside, it did bounce back towards Truman's end zone.
Man, I know we've been saying it, but this rain is coming down.
It seems like the more we say it, the more it comes down, partner.
I know. This is just amazing football weather. These are the type of games as a kid in high school you just love to play.
1st and 10 from the 30. 14-0 our score. Truman going to pitch it to Postal. Postal breaks away from 1, breaks away from 2, and he's going to get wrapped up and dropped just past the 40. Great leg tackle there by Engel.
And you saw Postal, he did do another hurdle, but since it was a player who was diving at his legs, he's allowed to do that.
.337 left to go. First down here for Truman. The round corner, they're going to hand it off around the right side, has a block, gets away, still on his feet, but a flag comes out. The penalties are what's hurting this Truman's offense.
And they're always pointless penalties. I mean, he got to the outside, and he was gone already. There is no point to do that. And that's the 3rd time we've seen a big play for Truman go back because of a penalty.
Well, and to Braden Wildcats' credit, I mean he had a lot of open field there. I mean you break that next tackle, you're probably in the end zone for 6. But the costly mistakes are what's hurting this offense, and probably going to be the one thing they focused on during halftime. But regardless of that, it is now 1st down after the penalty. 3:03 left to go. Gonna hand it off to Postal. Postal tries to stiff arm one man. He gets brought down. And here's something I want to bring up to you, Cooper, and I want to see if you've been looking at it too. But when Postal kind of initiates that first bit of contact against the defender, he almost like stops what he's doing and doesn't try to run through him like most other running backs try to do.
Yeah, he's the type of guy, he wants to try to go around, make you miss, try to, do almost a little too fancy, but, that's why you have your power backs.
2:30 left to go here in the first half. They're going to hand it off to Postal again. Postal gets away from 1, and 4 defenders wrap him up that time. 2nd down coming up for the Wildcat offense.
Truman, they have not passed the ball once this entire game.
Surely it's going to catch
And
Westside.
And Westside has passed it twice. When have we ever called a Westside game where Westside has thrown the ball more than the team they're playing?
Well, exactly. That's the point. Like, that's kind of, to Bobby Ingles' credit, kind of the evolution of the offense, trying to do something different, but it's 2nd and 5 from the 45, under 2 minutes left to go in the first half of play. Truman going to hand it off. Trucks one defender, and there's a little extracurricular activities going on the sideline. That's Whiteset once again on the carry.
Whiteset just bulldozer over that defender. I mean, Whiteset, he's not tall, but he's stocky, he's strong, and a hard runner, and he's going to run people over.
1:20 left to go here, and he's going to get it again, and he may have enough for the first down. Going to wait for the referee to spot it.
It's going to be a first down.
First down for Truman, and 14-0 our score. Truman is being true to their offense and just grinding and pounding and, like Mr. Sullivan likes to be saying, rumbling and bumbling and stumbling down the field.
Yeah, and there's a minute coming up left in the first half. You have to wonder, all right, when is Truman really going to start trying to hurry to get to the end zone?
Ooh, gets hit hard there. Great hit.
Stopped dead in his tracks by number 7, Tyson Young.
Tyson Young just absolutely stopped him, and a timeout's going to be called. And Cooper.
That's what you like to see. That's how you play. I mean, every time Truman has run that little reverse, there's always somebody in the backfield, but they always overrun it. They stop, watch the pitch, and then they try to make a play. No, Tyson Young did it textbook perfectly. He saw him going out for the pitch. Right as he touched it, lit him up with a great tackle.
50 seconds left here in the first half during the timeout. And, I mean, Westside has been playing great defense so far. I mean, we mentioned how many points they've given up, but regardless of the scoreboard, if you just look at it on how they're playing on the field, they're not playing half bad.
And no, you have to keep in mind, yeah, they've given up 14 points, but the second touchdown, I mean, wasn't really their fault. They had a big stop on 4th down, and when your offense isn't helping you out much, it's kind of hard to keep teams out of the end zone because, you know, they had the big stop, offense fumbles in their territory. But besides that, Westside has been playing great defense.
2nd and 13 from the 37. Drops back, looks, throws a deep pass, has a man open, and he just couldn't find his receiver through the hands of the intended target.
It's 3rd down.
Brandon Donham just couldn't connect with Donovan Jr. on the play.
And that was the first time we saw Truman air it out this entire game. And if they pass it again here, them and Westside will be tied with passes in a game. 2 attempts from Westside, and then only 1 attempt from Truman.
Well, here's my question for you here, Cooper, and I'll ask you in a second because we're fixing to play some football. We're going to hand it off here to Postal. Postal around the left side, and he's going to break away from one, break away from another, and he's going to have room to run before he gets brought down. 4th down coming up for Truman. But here's what I wanted to ask you is if you win the passing battle on your number of attempts, what percent do you think that would rise your win rate? I mean, we're both not math guys, but if you had to put a number there. Postal's going to keep it, and he's going to get brought down.
Hand off to number 8.
It's going to be a first down with 10 seconds left.
For the Wildcats.
But back to answering your question.
Yeah, now that we got a timeout.
Back to answering your question, Tristan. So you said, you know, if you pass the ball more than the team you're playing, correct?
Right. If you in a game like this, Westside's got 2 passing opportunities. Truman has 1. If you pass the ball more in this sort of condition with the defense expecting a run, does that raise your percentage of a win possibility?
If you're converting the passes, like Westside, they're 0 for 2. They honestly should be 0 for 1 because, you know, Truman dropped that interception. I think if you're converting more passes in a game like this, your win percentage does go up higher because, you know, you're more likely to get more yards just on a passing play than you would a running play. It's just common knowledge. So if you're completing more passes, that brings up your win percentage. But you could go out here, throw it 10 times, and only complete it one time,
Right.
and that won't really matter. Like right now, Westside has attempted more passes, but they're also down 14-0.
10 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. Drops back, looks. Donovan has it, a man. He's going to throw it to the corner of the end zone. Overthrows his man, incomplete. Second down coming up. 4 seconds left. Do you take another shot at the end zone here?
Yeah, I don't think any team has a good enough kicker, especially in these types of conditions, to make a field goal. I don't even think they're going to attempt it. But, you know, the way how the run has been working for you, they're expecting you to pass it. Maybe try to get a little trickery, a little reverse action happening.
Likely the last play of the first half. Donovan's going to drop back, looks, throws it to the end zone. And that's going to be just dropped by the West Side defender, incomplete. And that's going to be how the first half concludes. Truman up big, 14-0 against the Warriors. You're watching Westside versus Truman on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications. Stick around, guys. This has been the end of the first half.
I think one of the things I learned at Arkansas State was life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you respond to it, and that's just something that I live by.
A-State is home, and they're going to treat you like you're a part of the family.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. Ritter Communications cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
Around here, we like a slower pace, but we don't suffer with slow internet. Ritter Communications provides high-speed, reliable internet and Wi-Fi backed by local customer service. From email checkers to video streamers to hardcore gamers, we've got speed options to please all kinds of folks. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. We can't wait to help. Ritter Communications, the right internet connection, right by you.
At Ritter Communications, doing right by you is being right where you need us to be. Our technicians are on call, on the road, and on the go, ready and equipped to put our service pledge into action. Storm damage, power lines, or in-home service interruptions. Getting right on it is a big part of being right by you. We go straight to the source to be the source of your internet solutions. Right by you is reliability like no other, only from Ritter Communications.
Here to deliver the latest news on A-State sports, ranging from football, basketball, baseball, and more.
I'm your host, Tristan Harlan, alongside your other host, Cooper Melder.
Red Wolf Roundtable is your local sports source.
Tune in to Red Wolf Roundtable to get your fix on sports talk and news.
At Ritter Communications, doing right by you is being right where you need us to be. Our technicians are on call, on the road, and on the go, ready and equipped to put our service pledge into action. Storm damage, power lines, or in-home service interruptions. Getting right on it is a big part of being right by you. We go straight to the source to be the source of your internet solutions. Right by you is reliability like no other, only from Ritter Communications.
And welcome back to the second half of play between the Truman Wildcats and the Westside Warriors. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ASU-TV and Ritter Communications. I'm Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder, and boy, do we got a football game for you, ladies and gentlemen.
We do have a great football game for you tonight. In the second half of play, Westside, they're getting the ball back. Anything can happen.
The kick's going to be short and be fielded by Westside. He's just going to fall right on top of him. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors. After the first half, they were shut out by the Wildcats.
Westside and how it's been going on really the offensive side. They really haven't been able to get anything going. Curious to see if they made any halftime adjustments on the offensive side of the ball.
Offsides is called against the Wildcats.
And offsides was called by on Truman. Move the ball back just a little bit.
They're going to have to do a re-kick.
It'll be a re-kick.
And they're going to re-kick the kickoff.
Curious to see what Truman's going to do with the re-kick.
Going to be one of those things where maybe they try to pin them deep here. Maybe I don't know. It's interesting. I didn't expect a re-kick here to begin the second half.
But that's just the type of game it has been tonight.
And the wind is whipping, ladies and gentlemen. So if you hear anything fall in the background, 9 times out of 10, it's probably my phone. Sorry, Mom.
They just kicked it out of bounds. So another. This time we won't have a re-kick. We'll just have Westside moved up to a couple more yards.
So here comes the Westside offense. As I previously mentioned in the first half, they got shut out, and they really weren't able to do anything of much. They had a couple opportunities, but they fumbled the ball away, and, interested to see what they do in the second half, partner.
Yeah, Westside's offense, they couldn't get anything going. I really don't understand.
1st and 10 Warriors.
I knew they had a turnover, but besides that, Westside's defense has been out on the field all game.
Westside's going to move the ball up here.
21, Kevin Dotson.
Dotson was the one on the carry. So second down coming up for the Warriors. 11:42 left to go in the first half of play from the 43. They're trying to get something going, trying to get in the scoreboard, trying to get something going for the Westside Warriors. on homecoming. There's not a big crowd here tonight due to the weather, the wind, the rain, and everything in between, but they're going to try to run the ball, and Truman's just going to have the answer. And third down's going to come up for the Warriors, and it's going to be one of those things to where probably you look to see if Westside's going to surprise them with a little pass here to get some yardage.
Another yard of play. Third down and 8.
Be third down and about, I want to say 8 here. Ball on the 43-yard line. 10:52 left to go in the second half, or third quarter, excuse me, and it's going to get wrapped up and dropped. So Truman with an excellent stop here on third down, and Westside's going to have to probably elect a punt here.
And another mistake made by the Westside offense. I mean,
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm back on air. I'm sorry about all that. You know,
Guess who's back?
Back again. Coop Dog's back. Tell a friend. But the rain has been pouring into the press box, so we've had a little technical difficulties, but we got it figured out. I'm back, and only thing that's not really back right now is the Westside Warriors offense.
Low snap, and the punt almost got blocked. A high one, returnable if he wants to. Around the outside, a flag's going to come in the backfield where it was returned from.
Caden Purvis on the tackle. There's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play back there.
Flags on the play.
We're going to have to wait and see what the call is. And Truman, despite winning, they have been having penalty after penalty called on them tonight. Just a very undisciplined team. And that could be a reason why they are 1-2.
Well, I definitely know pregame when Truman took the field, we kind of looked at each other. It was like, okay, this team looks really big. We're going to see probably some physical offense from that team. But, I mean, with it being 14-0 in the third quarter, it's kind of like, you know, not judge a book by its cover, but don't have a bark with no bite, so to speak.
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Donovan's going to hand it off, and running back's going to have a little bit of room to run. He's probably going to have enough for the first down. That's Tony Postal Jr., the guy who we've been saying all night is the impact player on that side of the ball for Truman.
You know, Westside had him short of a first down, but when they went for the tackle, they threw him forward, giving him an extra 2 yards.
Play is good for a first down.
So first down for Truman, 9:30 left to go in the third quarter of play. Going to hand it off to Postal once again. Postal tries to spin away, but a sea of red is just going to slowly pulling back down. The referee's going to blow the play dead. Second down coming up for Truman.
And if you're Westside, that's what you want to see with your defense. That if you can't bring them down, you go up, hit them, wrap them up, hold them there, hold on tight. Your teammate will rally, bring them, stop the play, and that's what you want to see from Westside, stopping them right at the line.
2nd and 7 here for the Wildcats. They're just going to throw it to Postal once again. He kind of bobbled the pitch there. He almost got through for a big gain, but he will have enough for a first down, so referees and chain crew move him on down.
And Truman just picking up right where they left off. I mean, we saw in the first half, they only threw the ball, I think, twice, and then they just ran it. They're coming out of halftime. They get the big stop on defense, and they're just going to continue running the football just because, I mean, it's been working all game long.
8:19 left to go in the third quarter of play. Truman still with the ball. Going to hand it off once again up the middle, and he's going to try to break away. A little bit of extracurricular activities going on at the 50.
You know, Tristan, I'm going to bring back my cabin experiences because I was looking at Truman. They're lined up in the dead tee. If you don't know what the dead tee is.
Oh, God, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. You get quarterback under center, you have a fullback, and then you have halfback, both. You fullback in the middle, halfback. You're seeing it right here. This is a formation of the dead tee. Now, if they do it right, you'll have the right running back as the lead blocker. Yep.
And wow, he just breaks away almost enough for another first down. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, if there's any formation that Cooper Melder and the rest of the Melder family knows by heart like the back of their hand, it's the dead T.
Oh, dead T. Been watching it since I was a little kid. I mean, what you're going to see from it, the way the dead T works is when, yeah, it's ground and pound football, you get short yardage, but it's hard-nosed football. You're going to have guards pulling, and you're going to use your left and right running backs as your lead blockers for the fullback.
They hand it off once again, hurdles over one defender, still bumbling, stumbling for a first down of Truman.
And what also you can see with the dead T is, you know, yes, the first lead back is normally the lead blocker, and, you know, they're going to be expecting that, and that's when you can hand it off to them real quick. Do a quick little handoff, get about 3 or 4 yards, pop one. But, you know, the dead T, I love it.
They hand it off once again, and that time not going to have enough room to break it away. Second down coming up for Truman.
And their version of the quote-unquote dead T is a little bit different. The fullback's way far back, and the running backs, they're really close to the line of scrimmage. At Cabot, you had the fullback about 4 yards off the ball, and then the halfbacks, you lined your front toe with the fullback's heel on each side of them.
Man, I could listen to you talk about the dead T forever. 5:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Going to hand it off to Postal. Postal around the right side. He's going to break through. Touchdown, Truman. They go up 20-0 with 5:45 left to go in the third quarter of play. What a run there.
And Postal Jr. getting another touchdown tonight. I mean, he's been a great player all game. He's really been running hard. He's been the guy to break the big plays for him. And Truman looking like they're about to run away with this game. If Westside can't get anything going on offense, we could see this game get out of hand quickly.
They're going to...
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a play. The quarterback's going to keep it, and he got in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5:40 left to go in the third quarter of play, Truman leads it 22-0.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. Ritter Communications cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warrior Stadium here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. 5:40 left to go here in the third quarter of play. 22-0 our score.
You know, Tristan, I just want to, you know, we do this every year. I just want to give a shout out to the people that are grilling out there at Westside. They make good burgers, smoked bologna sandwich.
They're pretty good, too.
They are pretty good. So shout out to, you know, the Westside people for cooking.
And Westside bobbled the kickoff, and they made something out of nothing. And here comes the Westside Warrior offense once again, down 3 scores, trying to get something going on this drive.
And if you wondering who I'm talking about with the grilling, these people right here, they are here every home game. They do a great job serving burgers, fries, smoked bologna sandwiches. So shout out to them. Shout out to Westside. They have been doing a great job.
It's almost like the cameraman knew exactly what you were talking about there, partner.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
Kind of like you guys are on the same brain length.
Oh, we are.
Length?
Length?
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
5:34, 1st and 10 from the 47. Westside, and he's just going to fumble the football. Would have been a great play, but he just dropped it. And that play just was miserable from the get-go. I mean, it had potential, but then it just...
You got to hold on to the football. I mean, Westside, I feel like almost jinxed them. They had a good first drive. It stalled out due to a penalty. And then defense, they get that big stop, and I was like, Westside, you need to have good ball security. And ever since I said that, they've had terrible ball security. I mean, we've already seen 3 fumbles and 2 and only lost 1, but man.
2nd and 15 after the fumble. A drop back, looks, rolls out, throws it, and that's almost intercepted once again by Truman. That is the, 3rd opportunity now that they've had to intercept the ball. That time it was number 52 on the almost interception there.
That was Braxton Cook. You know, that's every D lineman's dream right there. Picking up a fumble or getting an interception, getting the ball and being able to run with it. And if he picks that off, he's going straight to the end zone.
3rd and 15 now after the incompletion. Westside down 3 scores, drop back. Play will be blown dead.
Do believe that's going to be on Westside, and the last thing they need is to back up any more yards.
We have false start call on the Warriors, so they're going to back up even more here.
It's going to be 3rd and 20, and what'd you say about a half country mile?
Listen, I've lived out in the country 0 times in my life, but my cousin Tanner has, and he would define that as 2 country miles.
Okay. I'm glad I'm learning some new sayings.
3rd and 20 from the 35-yard line. Westside drops back, looks, pressure coming, rolls out of the pocket, going to try to do something himself, and he's going to keep moving his legs, but he's going to be dropped down. 4th down coming up.
Tristan, I got a saying for you. And, you know, it's one that you've taught me, so I'm going to use it here.
Oh, God, here we go.
You know, going for it on to get the first down here would be tougher than a $2 steak. I told you I was going to somehow implement that saying into tonight's game, and I felt like right now was the perfect time.
Well, I hope you know Mr. Sullivan just looked at me, and he had the expression that he had to take another blood pressure pill. So congratulations, Cooper.
There's nothing wrong with a $2 steak. It's just tough.
There's a lot of things wrong with a $2 steak, partner, but a timeout's going to be called on the field of play, and 22-0's our score. And Cooper, I got to ask you, this comeback.
Yes.
Is it going to be tougher than a $2 steak for Westside?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the offense, they've been struggling bad. I mean, it's just simple mistakes. You know, they had a trick play drawn up. Use the trick plays to get back into the game, not to hurt yourself. But when you can't hold on to the football, it's going to be a long game. And, you know, Westside's defense, they've been trying their best, but they have been out on the field all game long. And Truman, they can sense it. They can sense that the defense is getting tired, so they're just going to keep on running the football, getting about 6-7 yards every play, chewing that clock, and making sure Westside's offense isn't out on the field at all.
Well, after the timeout, it's going to be a 4th and 17 from the 37-yard line. 3rd and 13. Excuse me, 4th and 17, 3:13 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. There's a lot of numbers involved with the game of football, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a high punt. You can see the water coming off of the ball. And that's just going to float back, be returnable, but he almost bumped it, and he loses the ball. And we're going to wait the referee's signal, and a flag comes out, it looks like.
At the end of the play, too. So something had to have been said, late hit. Either way, it's going to be a personal foul penalty.
Wait the referee's signal here.
You know, that's a big missed opportunity for Westside right there. Could have had the ball in their territory, have really good field position for the first time all game. Couldn't get the fumble.
Personal foul called against the Warriors.
Personal foul was called against Westside, so
15 yards.
15 yards. The ball's going to move up near midfield, and Truman's going to have the ball. But 22-0. Partner, do you think Truman's going to let off the gas pedal a little bit, or do you think they're going to keep going?
I think they're just going to keep going. They're not going to be doing anything fancy. You're not going to see them try to air it out, anything like that. I think they're just going to keep doing what they've been doing all game, giving posts to the ball. just running the ball up the middle, slowly letting the clock chew. I mean, Truman's goal right here is to have the ball still and when this quarter's over. They're not going to want to score quick. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but they're not going to try to score in 2 plays.
First down here, they're going to handle the Postal up the middle. He's going to be stopped. The referees hasn't blown it dead yet, but they have now.
That's all you need. If you can get 3 yards every play, that's all you need.
So second down's coming up for the Wildcat offense. 2:37 left to go in the third quarter. The ball is going to be exactly on the 50-yard line. Just a gain of 2 here. And the run has worked all night for Truman, and spots it hasn't, but for the majority it has. And they're going to pitch it to Postal. Postal's going to break away from one, still on his feet. He's going to get brought down right in front of us. Just shy of the 40-yard line. Third down upcoming.
You know, Westside, they've got to fix their tackling. I mean, they've had a couple good tackles, but when you have them wrapped up in the backfield for no gainage, and he's able to shake off 2 or 3 defenders and get 6, 7 more yards when you had them for a loss, you can't have that, especially when you're down 22 trying to make a comeback.
1:45 left to go here in the third quarter of play. 3rd and 2 for the Westside 43. They're just going to hand it off to Postal. Postal's going to lower his head and get past the marker. And that's going to be another first down for Truman, approaching the 90-second mark left to go in the third quarter of play.
And Truman doing exactly what they want to do, just slowly get yards and slowly let that clock tick down.
Fresh new set of downs here for the Wildcats. Going to hand it off once again. This time bounces to the left side. He's still on his feet. And he'll be brought down after losing his balance. And it's going to be second and manageable.
Yeah.
60 seconds left to go here in the third quarter of play. Westside losing the momentum on the defensive side as it's 2nd and 2 from their 28. Truman trying to find the end zone again to really extend this game to unreachable territory. Gonna pitch it. A spin away from one, and he's just gonna be brought down by 2 different Westside Warrior defenders. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. This third down play probably will be the last play of the third quarter.
And I mean, with the game clock, they don't have to snap it realistically. They could let this go to the end of the quarter if they wanted to.
10 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and Truman's visiting crowd is getting rowdy. They're going to snap it, fake the handoff. He's going to roll out left. He has room on the left corner. He's still going on his feet. He breaks away from one. A defender slips. He's still going. And that will be how the third quarter ends, but a flag does come out.
So we're going to wait and see the flag before this quarter ends. But, man, what a play by the the quarterback, using the field to his advantage. Stop and just let that, what's the song said, had the defender slide to the right.
Crisscross, everybody clap your hands. Exactly. But it was a great run by Donovan Jr.
Still waiting to call.
And Westside's still on the field, but Truman's heading back to the sideline. And it's
going to be against Westside.
Well, that's going to be the way the third quarter concludes. So at the end of 3, your score 22-0. You're watching Westside versus Truman on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications.
At Ritter Communications, doing right by you is being right where you need us to be. Our technicians are on call, on the road, and on the go, ready and equipped to put our service pledge into action. Storm damage, power lines, or in-home service interruptions. Getting right on it is a big part of being right by you. We go straight to the source to be the source of your internet solutions. Right by you is reliability like no other, only from Ritter Communications.
Students should watch ASU-TV just to see the creativity that a college student can get. The creativity that some of these students have is truly amazing. getting that experience can really just take you further, and I feel like our program does that for a lot of students.
And welcome back to Westside High School, home of the Warriors, for the final quarter of this homecoming contest here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications. Hello, everybody. I'm Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Milder. The score, 22-0, the start of the fourth quarter. This third three from the Westside 12, excuse me.
And Truman, they've just been running the ball all game long.
Correction, this will be a first down, and they're going to hand it off once again. Still on his feet, room to go. And he's going to be brought down just around the 5-yard line, so second down coming up for the Wildcats.
And if you're Westside, you're down 3 scores. You're somewhat still in this game. But if Truman comes away with a score here, you have to think this game's out of reach for him.
Second and goal here. Hand it off. Punching his way through. Truman thinks they have a touchdown, and the referee signaled it, so touchdown Wildcats!
And just what an easy drive for Truman.
Definitely a great ground and pound style offense there on that drive. Truman able to find the end zone once again to go up 28-0 with 11:22 left to go in the ball game.
4-score game, and unless Westside just can get quick scores and just keep getting onside kicks, you have to think this game is over.
Well, let's go for 2 once again. And they're going to go around the outside, and they're going to punch it in for 2. So now it's 30-0 with 11:22 left to go in the fourth quarter play. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back after this.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. Ritter Communications cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium, home of the Westside Warriors. 30-0 your score, and I almost made my partner commit a mistake because he's taking a drink of his beverage. Apologies there, partner.
Thank you.
I even unmuted you.
I appreciate it. You know, we're talking about the good food. Man, I had to get in a quick bite.
And the PA announcer did announce that there were some items on half price.
Hamburgers and hot dogs.
The remainder of the game. And it's going to be a squib kick, and it's going to go through the legs. And Truman almost got back there to recover that kickoff, and that would have been a completely different shift of the ball game.
Yes, it would have. I mean, Westside, they probably heard half-price cheese sticks, hamburgers, and hot dogs and got a little excited. I know I did. I almost wanted to run down there and go get me another burger, but
you still have a whole quarter to finish, partner.
I know. But, you know, they might – it's cold down there. I mean, when we were waiting to get our food, it's cold, so they probably heard, you know, a warm hot dog, warm hamburger. Man, that sounds good right now. And then they realize the football's coming straight at them.
Right, well, I'm looking over here at our producer this evening, Mr. Sullivan, and he's thinking about going to get one himself. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Westside trying to get something going, but they're going to be met by a wall of Truman defenders. And, man, let me tell you, the wind, it's whipping.
It is going insane, like we've been saying all game. The wind's been blowing, the rain's been coming down. But these are the games you love about high school football. The rain games, especially on a grass field. You get the mud on your jersey. You really feel like an NFL player. You know, just a great time.
You earn your stripes, so to speak. And Westside had an opportunity to break a big run there, but it's going to be about a 3rd down, I do believe, here.
Yeah, 3rd and short coming up. Westside, you're coming down to your last hopes here. You have to think they're in 4-down territory no matter what happens on this play because, I mean, you punt on 4th down here, you're basically giving up.
Seems like they've been in 4-down territory the entire ball game, but here we go. 10:23 left to go in the ball game, 3rd down, and quarterback's going to keep it himself, and he tries to spin away, and he does, still on his feet, fighting for extra yards. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 50, but he will have enough for a first down. So for chain gang, move it on down, first down for the Warriors.
And you love to see that type of running from Westside. I mean, the quarterback, number 21, Gavin Dotson, he knows, yeah, they're getting beat by 4 scores, but he's not giving up yet. You've seen times where, you know, they're just taking the hit, going down. No, he's still fighting, still in this game, and he's like, you know what, I don't care what the score is. I'm still going to go try score here.
30-0 our score, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of Westside. Westside with the football. Send a man in motion. Snap, handoff around the right side into the second layer of defenders. He's going to be brought down after gaining probably around the gain of 5.
And, you know, we're seeing Westside being able to move the ball. And, you know, they never really had trouble moving the ball this game. It was the fumbles that really killed them in this game, really stopped their momentum they had going. So you think if you have better ball security throughout the game, is it a different outcome for Westside or a much closer game?
3rd down upcoming for the Warriors after the carry there. Well, going back to your point there, Cooper, I mean, we heard during the offseason and when the season got started that Coach Engel really tried to change the offense, implement some new things. That way, you know, this team would have a better chance to win more ball games during the season, possibly make it back to the playoffs. But there's just something so special about this formation here that really just says high school football. Mm-hmm. And that run, short of the marker, going to see if the referee gives him that extra yard.
I think he's going to be just short, 4th and 1. I think they're going to come out and measure it.
Waiting the call here, and that's what I believe they're going to do. From our angle, it does look to be short.
Yes.
And you can see 2 Truman players there. One's on his knee, bending down. The other's laying prone, and the other's in a 3-point stance. The referees are going to pull the chain just that much further to make sure they get the right spot. I tell you, in all the games we've called here at Westside, I think this is the first time we've ever seen this happening.
Wow.
And the ball is just going to go across, and
at first it looked behind.
That's what I'm saying. Angles matter, ladies and gentlemen. They measured it, and I think they're going to remain at a 4th and 1.
What? Okay, you know what?
Okay, 4th and 1 from the 42-yard line. Westside going to spin, and they're going to be stopped.
But I think he got enough fighting for extra yardage at the end of the play.
Yep, that's going to be a first down for Westside. And going back to that measurement there, the first measurement was short. Then they carried it over to around midfield, and it looked like he had enough.
Yeah, by the measure, it looked like he had more than enough. You know what? I wish we could have had a little mic down there, hear that little conversation, because I know that decision had to be tougher than a $2 steak.
1st and 10 here. And Truman's just going to get through the backfield and stop him on first down.
What a great play there from the Truman defense. Just got into the backfield, read the play like a book. Stop him for a loss.
2nd and 13 coming up from the 40. 7:20 left to go in the final quarter of play. What can Westside do? Gonna snap it, hand it off once again. Gonna try to go somewhere. The only place he goes is to the 40. And 3rd down's gonna come up for the Westside Warriors.
And you're almost thinking to the point, there's 6 minutes, 6:50 left on the clock. If Westside's going to really start trying to air the ball out.
Well, if they try to do it, the perfect opportunity to do it is now.
I agree with you.
6:35 left to go in the final quarter of play. They're going to continue running the ball. They did not get enough for a first there. And a flag comes in afterward. So this could change the dynamic of this drive. The wind is whipping.
It was at the end of the play, so it has to be another personal foul penalty.
Personal foul called against the Warriors.
And it's going to get called against the Warriors.
That's
So
going to back them up 15 yards.
Man, I tell you, penalties have been, they've been the story of the contest.
Truman's had a bunch, and then as the game really came on, you're starting to see Westside. They're getting mad. They're getting frustrated, making mistakes.
So instead of a third and manageable, fourth and manageable, it's now going to be, I think it's going to be, it's going to say, well, no, it's going to be fourth down, but it's going to be fourth down, and as I said previously, about a country mile. .6:26 left to go in the fourth quarter, and they're going to send Postal back there if Westside decides to punt the football.
And they're just waiting. Going to waste the timeout.
Timeout's going to be called here. I was looking at the play clock seeing if it was going to wind down, but it did not. So it's going to be a timeout on the field. 6:13 left to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
At Ritter Communications, doing right by you is being right where you need us to be. Our technicians are on call, on the road, and on the go, ready and equipped to put our service pledge into action. Storm damage, power lines, or in-home service interruptions. Getting right on it is a big part of being right by you. We go straight to the source to be the source of your internet solutions. Right by you is reliability like no other, only from Ritter Communications.
And welcome back to Warrior Football here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications. Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder. 6:13 left to go in the fourth quarter play. 30-0 our score, and this game has been a one-sided affair as of now. We come to you with a 4th and 16 from Jonesboro's 49-yard line. Going to hand it off here and just trying to get something going. I'm surprised they didn't try to punt the ball there with it being fourth down.
You know, very questionable. You call a time, you sit at the line, you let the clock tick, 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 and then you don't get a play off, and then you call a timeout. You're like, okay, you're going to draw something up, maybe a big pass play, something crazy. But instead, we come out and just do a little reverse handoff. I'm not a head coach, but questionable call from me, especially with it being 4th and 16.
Well, and that's the thing. The timeout is going to be called, but we looked at each other in the break, and it was like, okay, they're going to punt it. Truman's going to get it down deep in Westside's territory, but regardless. But we're going to take a break during the timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Here to deliver the latest news on A-State sports, ranging from football, basketball, baseball, and more.
I'm your host, Tristan Harlan, alongside your other host, Cooper Melder.
Red Wolf Roundtable is your local sports source.
Tune in to Red Wolf Roundtable to get your fix on sports talk and news.
And welcome back to Westside Warrior Football from Westside Warrior Stadium here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications. 6:03 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. And Cooper, what an interesting play call there on 4th down.
Yeah, like you're saying, you're expecting maybe a punt just because, yeah, you're down 4 scores, you're down 30. Might as well punt it 4th and 16. Or if you're going to run a play, maybe pass it. I don't know.
We said this earlier, but the wind's whipping and the rain's picked up here for the first and 10 from the 49. And Truman just going to try to run the ball here. They've done it all game, and a little bit of extracurricular activities going on near the 40. But if Westside can't get a stop here and Truman gets the first down, likely going to be how the game's going to end. Truman's going to continue with the ball the remainder of this game.
Well, you're already looking at it with Truman. They have all their backups in. You have backup quarterback number 11 in. Tony Postal Jr., he's on the sideline. He's chilling, getting, some guys who don't get some playing time and some younger guys out there get some action.
Drake Harlow is the quarterback in for Truman. Back's going to be around the corner. He's going to get tackled short of the first down. The rain's starting to come into the press box, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you bring your poncho, Tristan?
I did not, but you spent a summer in Florida. Did you bring the rain with you?
That hurricane, I might have brought that hurricane with me. I'm sorry, but I heard Arkansas was pretty dry throughout the summer, so I'm just giving the plants some water.
Dry and hot. I'll tell you what the weather was. It was dry and hot. 3rd and 3 from the 47-yard line. 4:40 left to go in the final quarter of play. He's going to hand it off. He's just going to jog for the first down.
And Truman, even with their backups, same game plan, nothing fancy, and it's continuing to work.
The wind's whipping. I tried to stop it. I tried to stop it, but 4:16 left to go in the final quarter of play. 30-0 is our score. 1st and 10 from Westside's 38-yard line. They're going to hand it off once again, and just trying to get a stop here is the Westside defense to no avail.
And, Truman came into this game, like we're saying, big favorites. And they've really proved it tonight. Not the style of offense I was really expecting from them. I thought, maybe they will try to air it out more, even though it's raining. But besides the fact, they have ran the ball all game long.
And the clock's just going to continuously run here. 3:34 left, and a substitution is going to be made. Second down and 7 from the 35-yard line. Call the snap. They're going to hand it off, and that play's not going to go anywhere there. Trevor Eccles was the back who had the ball, the sophomore tailback. 3rd down's coming up for Truman. Here's the 3rd down play. They're going to hand it off once again, and it's going to be blown dead.
It's going to be false start against Truman.
It remain 3rd down. 2:53 left to go on the clock. And I tell you, I think that's been about the 15th penalty of the game.
Yeah. There's been, especially on Truman. Truman's committed a bunch of penalties tonight.
3rd and 13. They're just going to hand it off up the middle. Going to break away for one. Eccles still has the ball. And he made it from 3rd and 13. It's going to be about a 4th and, I'll give it about a 4th and 7.
4th and 7, maybe a 4th and 5 if they get lucky.
You got lucky there, my friend. It is 4th and 5.
Truman, you're up. Do you go ahead and punt it, even though you're in their territory, out of sportsmanship, where you're like, all right, let's end this game and get a first down?
Sportsmanship is just a handshake and agreement.
I like it.
Going to hand it off here to Eccles. Eccles is going to break back to the inside, and
it's going to be short.
It's going to be short of the marker, but message was definitely sent there that they're just not going to allow Westside to get the ball back. They're going to make them fight for it. But there's a minute 53 left to go on the game clock. 30-0 our score, and surely Westside may just try to run the clock out here.
It's a minute 53 left, but if you're Westside, you got to get something. Just get some positives going. If you want to do something fancy, go ahead and do it. But if not, just try to move the ball downfield. Try to, just get things going and, just make sure you can have everything ready to go next week.
Snap, they're going to run it up the gut. Same thing they've been doing here all game long, and Truman not going to bite on it this time. Second down coming up.
Gavin Dotson trying to do anything and everything he can tonight to get something going for this Westside Warriors offense. Just couldn't get it done.
Minute 30, 90 seconds left to go in the game. Westside trying to get in the end zone just to get a little bit of a consolation prize points. Gonna run around the outside. He's still going on his feet. He's going to get about to the marker. Going to see if they give it to him.
I think that is enough. That's going to be enough for a first down. This is what you like to see from Westside right here. I get, they're not playing the best tonight, but they're still trying. They're still trying to get going, and that's all you can do. You just have to keep on fighting no matter the score.
60 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Quarterback's going to keep it himself up the middle, still running. Has enough for the first.
Gavin Dotson, he's just been a great runner all game, a tough, strong runner, doing whatever he can, and that's what you like to see from your QB1. A guy that's not afraid to go out there, get dirty, lower his shoulder, get the team hype. Love to see it. Strong quarterback. You need those in the game of football. Strong quarterback.
You need strong players in the game of football, partner. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Referees are going to blow the play dead.
Another penalty. This fourth quarter's been penalty after penalty after penalty. It's going to be offsides. It's the Wildcats of Truman.
So it's going to be 30 seconds left to go in this game. Clock will continue to run even after the penalty. 1st and 5 from the 43.
You know what, Westside, air it out. Let's see it. And another
flag.
Penalty. Are we going to stop the clock this time? Offsides on the defense once again. So that's a free first down. 1st and 10, baby. All right, we have 18 seconds left. Westside, nothing to lose. Let's air it out one time, see what happens. Get something going.
They're running around the left side, still going on his feet. 10 seconds left to go in the ball game, and I don't think there's going to be another play that's going to be snapped in this game of football. So your final score in this one will be Truman Wildcats 30, Westside Warriors 0. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk about the postgame. You're watching Westside versus Truman right here on ASU-TV and Ritter Communications.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. Ritter Communications cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. To learn more about our internet and Wi-Fi choices, call or visit rittercommunications.com.
I think one of the things I learned at Arkansas State was life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you respond to it, and that's just something that I live by.
A-State is home, and they're going to treat you like you're a part of the family.
At Ritter Communications, doing right by you is being right where you need us to be. Our technicians are on call, on the road, and on the go, ready and equipped to put our service pledge into action. Storm damage, power lines, or in-home service interruptions. Getting right on it is a big part of being right by you. We go straight to the source to be the source of your internet solutions. Right by you is reliability like no other, only from Ritter Communications.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
Around here, we like a slower pace, but we don't suffer with slow internet. Ritter Communications provides high-speed, reliable internet and Wi-Fi backed by local customer service. From email checkers to video streamers to hardcore gamers, we've got speed options to please all kinds of folks. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. We can't wait to help. Ritter Communications, the right internet connection, right by you.
And welcome to post-game coverage here from Warrior Stadium after the final score of this one. Truman 30, Westside 0. Hello, everybody. I'm Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder. And, Cooper, let's go ahead and dive right into this one. This was a one-sided affair, and the homecoming was not sweet for Westside.
No, Truman came in and absolutely ruined their homecoming night from the start. If the rain wasn't bad enough for Westside, Truman made it even worse from the get-go. We knew there wasn't going to be much passing because of the weather, but Truman, their game plan was to run the football. They did exactly that. I mean, they had a total of 2 passing plays all game long and just ran the ball again. And, you know, Westside, they had no match for it because the defense was out on the field all game long, you know. Halftime, 14-0. You're thinking, okay, this is a little shocking. Westside's defense is playing really good. But the Westside offense couldn't get anything going. Trouble with the ball, couldn't hold on to it. And, you know, Truman took advantage of it, and that's why they won 30-0.
Right, and look, here's the thing. I know we've done these games a lot past season and one before, but I mean, the thing is I mean, as we mentioned there in this game, Bobby Ingles said that he was going to change the offense. He was going to implement new schemes, implement new playbook, new formations. But, I mean, despite the rain, it looked like the same old Westside team that we've seen in the past, 2 years now? So, look.
It was just a different formation instead of the Maryland Eye.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you can only run it so much, and if it's not working, especially with the size advantage that Truman had over Westside, you may try to look to pass the ball a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not a coach. But what I will say is that it was homecoming. Truman kind of got the road team spoiler as they're celebrating near us on the right-hand side near the 30. But, I mean, Cooper, you're more the coach. You're more the defensive-minded guy. You got to walk me through it. I mean, it was a run versus run offense. How would you scheme it? Did Truman do a good job of stopping Westside despite the scoreboard? I mean, walk me through that.
Yeah, so really Truman came in, they executed their game plan on offense. But on the defensive side of things, I mean, Westside, we saw at the end of the game, they were able to move the ball against Truman. But we also saw Westside have trouble holding on to the football, and whereas Truman, their defense took advantage of that. You know, Truman had a couple times they, you know, had trouble with the ball, but they were always able to recollect themselves. Westside, they weren't able to, and the defense took advantage of that and, you know, force more turnovers, you're going to end up winning a lot more games.
Right. Well, the final score of this one being 30-0. Truman takes the victory on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you for ASU-TV and Ritter Communications, I'm Tristan Harlan here with Cooper Melder saying good night and goodbye. Have a good weekend, and we hope to see you guys next time.